Hello, this is Shamim. I'm working as a senior web developer here in ICRA Soft Limited. We have frequently been receiving some emails and questions that the people ask us how can we change our contact us form. So this is a quite frequent question that we receive almost regularly. So in this tutorial I'm going to cover this answer. So I'm going to show you how can we update our contact us form using our administrative control panel. So as you know, I am going to take any of our script as a dummy to demonstrate the tricks, but same methodology tricks can be applied to any of our script purchased from ICRA. So this is our real estate script. I'm going to show how can we change our contact us form on our real estate script, but for your case it not necessarily has to be the real estate script, can be any script on the contact us page. The same tricks apply to any of your script purchased from ICRA. So this is contact us menu, and I'm going to log into our admin control panel, and we are opening two tabs. One is administration and another is home page front-end area. Under administration there is a menu, and under menu there is a sub menu called manage menus. I click on manage menus and I can see the list of the menus I have currently available. So menu ID is 207 is the contact us menu, which is a real estate top horizontal menu groups. So I'm going to edit this menu. So this is what the contact us menu that we have just seen in our front end. This is our contact us menu. So here we configure contact us menu with the title called contact us. So this is a view content layout area. Content layout area, as you know, the area where content to be published. So content layout area we set view contact form. So I click on top right hand and I'm going to click load up our contact us form. So this is what contact us form is. So on the contact us form you can see the title and contact info. So this is a basic HTML. So this HTML code resides when we click on the contact us menu. A content layout area published the content just below to your header. So this is a text contact us on the left hand side, on the right hand side is Google menu. So I load this HTML to an text HTML editor. So you can see, so we have bunch of text on top, which is our company address, phone number, fax number, and just below to our text this is Google Maps. So I click on HTML view. So you can see the text is appearing in a HTML view. So I can make some changes. If you have any knowledge about, if you have some knowledge about HTML, so you can make changes through codes, or you can use text editor to make some changes. So I am going to make some changes so that I can see when I save these changes, I can see something happens to our front end. So I just change our address, and I'm going to change phone number. So currently it is 00000. So I'm going to add a telephone number here, and I will be making some change on fax number and hotline number, and I will save this HTML, and I would like to see what change it shows to our front end area. So fax number, I am going to type any number, and this is a Hotmail number. So I just make some little bit of change. Again, I am making change on HTML part, but in for your case it not necessarily has to be the HTML part. You can edit it to your any text editor, or the text editor loads up to your website. So this is a email, support email, and this is a web URL, www.domainname.com. So you can make change whatever you want, and the below of our HTML, this area, this divs is basically for Google Maps. So if you want to remove Google Maps, just remove this div and it will take your Google Map off, or you can make some changes or add a new Google Map code here. So you can add your custom Google Maps application here. So I saves our changes, and I would expect something to be changed here in our front end contact us page. It's not changing, it's remain unchanged. So what will we do, we will view our public view, click on the contact us menu, and you can see no change get effect, and our phone number address is not there. So why is not there? Because we saved on our editor view. So what we will do now, we will go back to our text mode, disabling the TimeMC editor, and then we will save it, and I hope it will take our text to our database. So now I am going to disable our editor, and you can see this is a raw HTML. So I just saved the raw HTML file by disabling the editor, and I am going to make sure that changes get effects. Yes, it is. Now I can see my changes on our HTML part, which is on top of our contact feedback form. So this is the phone number and fax number that we have added, and hotline number. So this is what we keep it as it is. So now just below to our HTML part, there is a form with a list of fields. So this is the area where the fields is publishing. So under the INI file configuration, each paragraph represents one field. So the first paragraph represent the name field, this one, the name label, and on the right hand side you can see a long text box here. So this represent the text box. So each paragraph represent one field. So there are list of the parameters. So content is required, so I set it as a false. I want not to force user to type their name. If I set it true, then it will force user to add some text in this field. So this is how we can make change. So on the level, if you write something your name instead of name, and in the title if you write something, then you can see the form change will be effect to your contact us form. So this is basically a stripe and string stripe. So I have mixed a little change, name I have changed in by your name. So now I'm refreshing this home page, and you can see the level get changed. Earlier it was name, and now it is your name. So similarly, I am going to remove this mandatory field as a red star. So what I will do here, I am just going to make change as a false. So I want this field as an optional, not mandatory. So where the red asterisk sign will go away. Yes, it is. So now this field become an optional. It's no longer mandatory field, because we have made a little change on this parameter. On the second paragraph, you can see this paragraph is responsible for rendering our sex or genders field. So this field is reside just below to our name field. So similarly, each paragraph, as you can see, each paragraph represents one field. So I have again changed your country instead of country, and I set it as a true because I want user to force country. So now a country is optional, so now I made it as a mandatory. You can see a red asterisk sign set here with a text called your country. So what we just did it as the required field, we set it as a true. So then that becomes the country as mandatory field. So similarly, you can see there is a list of paragraph. So the last one is for CAPTCHA. So there is the list of the paragraph. Each paragraph represent each field. So this is the CAPTCHA field, which resides on the bottommost part of your form. So this is what the CAPTCHA field is. So this is the level of this field. So whatever you write here, people will see that. So you can make some little change, and I want you to see how the change get effect when we make change here. So in our INI file, I'm just adding two more words called enter 4 digit. That's it, and I remove everything. So and I will now go back to our contact us form, and I want the long text to go, and instead of this I am going to say enter 4 digit. As you can see, the level get changed, and every refresh it will generate a new CAPTCHA to make sure that no spamming effort is there. So as you can see, the each paragraph represent each fields, and is highly configurable and humanly understandable parameters. So this one is for the field of message. If you want, I can remove it, or if you do not need it anymore, so I just remove the message, although it is not logical, but I am just removing it to show you that this message field will go away. So similarly, if you can want some field to go away, so as you can see, the message box is deleted. Message box is no longer here, because what we did here in our backend, we removed this field. And similarly, if you think that some field is not required for your case, you can just select the entire paragraph and remove it. So remember, this is a programmatically generated form, so when you make change, you must make sure that the syntax is correct. So on the first tab, you can see general information. General information first, in the middle of the tab, it's called meta information. Is for SEO purposes. General information is basically two field. One is called form name, and another is HTML text. So I go back to our home page, and what we did here is create on our contact us page and join with our menu, and we learned how can we change our contact us page using our administrative control panel area. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope it helps. If you have any question, do not hesitate to email us. Thank you.